Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good evening, I'm Amanda Chernovsky.
And I'm Lydia Malkowitz.
And welcome to your News Channel 13 News broadcasting from 1969.
Today's top stories include Hurricane Camille, the Manson family, the football war, and the Stonewall riots. There has been an upset in the world of sports. This past weekend, there was a continuation of World Cup qualifier games involving El Salvador and Honduras. El Salvador and Honduras met in the semifinals in a bid to become the first Central American side to qualify for World Football's showpiece event. Evidently, large riots involving Hondurans and Salvadorians surrounded the game. Prior to this, El Salvador and Honduras had been feuding over land and immigration disputes. According to our source, a large number of Salvadorians have been immigrating to Honduras in search of cheaper land. El Salvador has the most grotesquely unequal distribution of land in an extremely unequal part of the world, which is why so many of them have immigrated. Yet, Hondurans are not happy about this change because they believe that Salvadorians are stealing their land. Recently, we have received various reports of violence between the two countries. People have reported Hondurans beating, torturing, and even murdering Salvadorians, forcing many to return to their homeland in fear of being attacked. The height of the tension between the two countries was conceded by the World Cup qualifier. It has been reported that Honduras and El Salvador are at war with each other now. Over the course of 4 days, a total of 6,000 people from both sides have been killed. We will bring you updates on the condition of the conflict and if it has worsened or not. And now to Madison Van Cott with weather.
Good evening, I'm Madison Van Cott bringing you the latest breaking news on Hurricane Camille. I'm reporting live from News Channel 13's control room. All eyes are on Hurricane Camille as she makes her way through the Gulf Coast approaching the United States border. It's expected that the storm will hit places along the coast such as Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Florida in the next day or so. Places along the Gulf Coast are taking high precautions and are currently preparing for the worst. It has been reported that there has been 3 deaths in Cuba, and the storm is currently obtaining a speed of 130 miles per hour. Currently, Camille is a Category 4 hurricane. Hurricane watchers are keeping a close eye on the direction this storm is traveling. Some tips we have for you if this hurricane affects your hometown is to check your disaster supplies, replace or restock as needed, bring in anything that can be picked up by the wind, unplug small appliances, close your windows, doors, and hurricane shutters. If you do not have hurricane shutters, close and board up all windows and doors with plywood. Be sure to stay tuned to your local news networks for updates on this storm. Best wishes for all that are affected. Be safe. Back to you, Amanda.
Hopefully everyone down there is taking those safety precautions and keeping safe. People are calling it one of the biggest shocks in Hollywood history. Late last night, the Manson family cult struck again, leaving actor Sharon Tate and a few of her friends brutally murdered. Their killers are believed to be Charles Watson, Susan Atkins, Linda Kasabian, and Patricia Krenwinkel. All 4 were directed by Manson to enter the home and destroy everyone in it as brutally as possible. The 4 had tied Tate and Sebring by their necks. Folger was taken to a bedroom, and Frykowski was bound by a towel. Frykowski managed to escape, but Watson struck him over the head with a gun multiple times, shot, and stabbed him. Frykowski was stabbed for a total of 51 times. Sebring was shot and stabbed multiple times. Folger escaped, but was chased by Krenwinkel. Krenwinkel and Watson stabbed Folger a total of 28 times. Last to be killed was Tate, who was expecting her first unborn child. She begged for the life of her child but was denied and stabbed 16 times by Atkins. They then used Tate's blood to write pigs on the front door.
Wow, what a horrible tragedy.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family indeed. We now bring you to Ashley Apollo with breaking news.
Hi, I'm Ashley Apollo, coming to you with breaking news. Last night, around 1 a.m., riots broke out at a gay club in New York City. The Stonewall Inn was quickly invaded by the Manhattan Police Department for the reason that they were selling alcohol illegally. But the police have been targeting gay bars around the U.S. As soon as 4 customers from the club were put in handcuffs, people started throwing bottles and police had to take shelter inside. 2 policemen were slightly injured before reinforcements arrived to disperse the mob. However, the protests spilled over into neighboring streets and are currently continuing. We will have more information later. Back to you guys.
And now we present a very special field reporter, Jen Tedesco, on the moon with information on Apollo 11.
Hello,
America, it's Jen Tedisco reporting live from the moon. The ride up here was a little bumpy, but overall this experience is out of this world. A few hours ago, the Eagle landed on the moon with 500 million people watching in awe from the living rooms of their homes. And with that, America became the first country to put a man and a news reporter on the moon. I just talked to Neil Armstrong, commander of Apollo 11, and he said that this is one small step for man, one giant step for mankind. And how true that is, because this historic accomplishment gives America the technological and economic credibility that we need to go booming into the next decade. While here, Neil and his crew took lunar samples and set up experiments in hopes of developing man's capability to work in the lunar environment. Project Apollo's goals also include establishing the technology to meet other national interests in space and to achieve preeminence in space for the United States. Oh, it looks like my oxygen is almost out, so I just want to thank NASA for letting me tag along. Now, back to my fellow reporters on Earth.
A lot of things are going on in 1969.
Ashley, don't you have family near the coast?
Yeah, they contacted me, but they evacuated their city.
It's good to hear.
We would like to thank everyone for watching this broadcast tonight.
And you can tune in tonight at 11 for more updates on all of our top stories.